Hi, crafty friends. Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Today, I'm creating a layout for the ColorCast design team, and I'm using a brand new acrylic title from their latest subscription. The title piece I'm going to be using is Changing Colors. Aren't they gorgeous? So I have lots of stuff on my desk here. Here is the title piece that I want to use. I love that title. And then I've got two pictures of my daughter Tatum, and these were taken recently, and you can see here the leaves in the background, they are starting to change colors, and I just think this is perfect for this title piece. I'm also going to be following a sketch. This is a paper issue sketch, so I really like this sketch, so I'm going to be following this loosely. And then I've got some pattern papers here on my desk from Simple Stories, and this is their collection called Autumn Breeze. And I think that this title piece just matches perfectly with this collection. So I've picked out a few pattern papers here that I think will work nice both with my daughter's outfit and also the title piece. Look how pretty these are. I think I might use that green. I've got some other things too. I'm not sure if I'll use them. I've got the sticker sheet from Simple Stories. I've got their chipboard stickers here. And then I also have an ephemera pack. So I'm not sure really what I'm going to use, but I pulled this all out. So looking at the sketch, there are some strips of pattern paper. So I went ahead and just cut some random strips of pattern paper, and I cut them at 12 inches, and then I just snipped off a little from the ends without measuring. Now this one, I do have the full 12 inches, but I will cut this down in just a moment because I don't want it to go all the way across. I want to follow the sketch, and the sketch only has it going a portion of the way. I will go ahead and distress all of the edges of these pattern papers. Most of this I will do off camera, but I left a little bit in. So this is my favorite distressing tool. I know there's lots out there. I picked this up on Amazon, and I think it works absolutely wonderfully. So I'm just going to continue layering these, distressing the edges. I love all the pattern papers. So off camera, I finished distressing and I laid some pattern papers out, and I really like that. Now there's also some circles on here, so I am going to need to go back and cut some circles with my, I have some circle dies, but I'll do that in a moment. The one thing I know for sure is that I would like to put this title piece down on this like torn pattern paper. I think it'll just really look nice against this plaid paper here. So let me just try this out. I'm going to start dry fitting things before I glue anything down. And I like the way that looks on that plaid paper there. And and then I'll glue in the inserts of the letters as well. So that's really, really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing some things down. The first thing that I'm going to start with is the plaid piece there, because I know that that is where I want to put my title. Actually, off camera, I went and glued down all the strips of the pattern paper here, and I'm just kind of using my fingernails and lifting up the edges just to give them like a little texture and dimension so my page just isn't so flat. So I have all of those strips glued down, and you can see I did not glue them straight. I just kind of wanted them wonky. And then I've matted these photos of Tatum on some craft cardstock, and I also distressed the edges of those. Now, trying to get the placement of my photos, I know I want to go ahead and glue my title down before I place my photos down. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Nuvo Deluxe glue. So anytime I am working with acrylic titles, first off, you want to make sure that there's no backing strip on there, and I must have already peeled it off. So you can use like a little poker tool and just make sure that there isn't a clear film on the back. Then, when I'm gluing down my acrylic title pieces, I like to use the Nuvo Deluxe glue. I find that it's a very strong glue, and it also dries clear. So if anything seeps out around the edges, then you're not going to see that. You're just going to see the beautiful title piece. So I'm going to hold this down here for just a moment, and it does dry very quickly. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the inserts of the letters. That's what I think makes this title piece so unique, are there these inserts for the letters with this gorgeous like rust color, perfect for fall. So I'm going to go ahead and take each of these and glue them in one at a time. So I've got the O's, and then I've got the inserts again for additional. So I've got another color of that like tan color to go inside the O's, and then I also have another tan piece that goes inside the R. So you can see here it's kind of like a puzzle. They just fit right in and super easy to do. So I'll glue this last one in place, and then we'll have our title ready. Now I can start gluing down my photos, and I do want to add some foam to the back. So, and then I also found this little piece, and I thought it was cute. This is a laser cut element. I believe it's from 49 in Market. I had this in my stash, so I'm just going to add it to the page as well here at the top. Now I'm ready to glue down my photos, and I want to go ahead and put some foam on the back. So I just pick up some craft foam here and adhered it to the back, and now I'm going to use some liquid tacky glue. I find that it's also a very strong glue that I can use. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and then I'm going to go ahead and angle my photo here just so it's not so straight, just kind of wonky. So I'll add my other photo, and now I'm going to just put an acrylic block on the top to hold those in place. Off camera, I used some stitching dies that I had for circles, some circle stitch dies, and I used the same pattern papers, and I cut out some various sizes of some circles. Now I just need to start arranging these on the page so that it's pleasing to the eye. It's not going to be exactly like the sketch, but I'm going to go ahead and work with what I have here. I was thinking, I know I don't want that plaid at the top because I have that color of plaid at the bottom, so I don't want to do that one. So I'm going to add this brown and white polka dot, I think. You know what? No, I like the green up here. I wonder what the other side of one of these is. I think I can get away with flipping one of these over, and maybe, well, maybe this one. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. This one, I think if I flip this over, it's got some beautiful like tickets, and there's like a little pine cone over here. So I really like the look of that. So I'm going to go ahead and add those pieces down. And then I'll go ahead and add a couple up here to the top. And then I'll add a couple down here at the bottom. Just kind of playing with these, dry fitting them, seeing what looks good. And then I want to add some additional embellishments. Now with the circles and the title piece here, I don't feel like I need a whole lot of embellishing. Maybe just a couple little stickers or something. So I'm going to look through the embellishments. I've got that foam or chipboard sticker sheet. I also have the flat sticker sheet, and I have the ephemera pack. I'm going to go ahead and finish getting these circles arranged, and I do mess with them for quite a while, trying to figure out just what I think looks good. All right, so I think that's the way I want these. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down off camera. And then there's this also little chipboard piece. So ColorCast Designs not only has acrylic title pieces, but they have chipboard as well. And it's a very, very thin chipboard. And I love this pumpkin with the little heart on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and glue it to the top. Oh, I think this was moving around, or maybe I didn't glue that piece down. But let me put a little bit of liquid glue on the back of this pumpkin, and I will get this pumpkin adhered down to the layout here at the top. Let me get this one stuck down, and then I think I'm going to tuck the pumpkin just a little bit behind the pattern paper. There we go. That looks good. And let me pull in the sticker sheet here that I have to the side. You can kind of see it off to the left of my desk. And this is the chipboard stickers. I like the leaf here, so I think I want to just add this between the circles. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, I love these little hearts. So I do think I want to add these little hearts just around the circles here. Those look really pretty. So I've got a brown one here. I've got an orange one. Let me see what other colors I can find. Here's like a deep red. So I'll add a couple up here to the top, and then maybe 3 down here to the bottom. So here we go. And I think I'm happy with that. I don't think I need a whole lot more embellishing. Like I said, this looks really, really pretty. And it really brings out the photos. The photos are the focal point or the focal image of the layout, as well as that beautiful title. I did find a couple wordy bits that I like. This one says Welcome Fall, and it's in this light brown color. And then I've got a couple other ones that I want to add. This one says Beautiful. I apologize, my kitty Pepper needs some attention here, so he's fine. He's just making some noise in the background. And let's see here. Here's another little wordy bit. This one says Crisp Days. And I like that it's a different color. I think I want to add a couple more. I'd like to find an orange one and maybe a green one. So let me pull out this one. Now this one says Fall Days are my favorite. And then I'm going to pull out a green one, and the green one is going to say Beauty. So all of those are perfectly fitting words for this layout. This collection is just gorgeous. I could make a zillion pages with these colors in this collection. All right, now for the final finishing touches, I pulled out my favorite Shimmers paints. This is called Gold Digger, and I'm going to make some gold splatters. Now I want to mention that I am on the Shimmers Paints design team as well. So if you ever place an order on the Shimmers Paints website, you can leave my name, Melissa Minor, in the notes section, and Shimmers will send you a free paint. You can add my name to every order, and each time Shimmers will send you another free paint. So that's going to wrap up today's layout. I will leave links to all the products that I used today down below in the description box. I really appreciate when you shop my links, as I do earn a small commission at no extra charge to you. If you're not already a subscriber to the ColorCast Designs kits, I encourage you to do so, and I will leave a link to the website down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!